Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Wednesday, April 1st, 2015, and markets today are going down. If we take a look at the situation here, the decline that started yesterday after the end of the first quarter is continuing, and all this is due to several factors. First of all, a lot of concerns concerning the first quarter GDP, where with the strength of the US dollar, investors are expecting weak earnings from companies. There's also the fact that by looking at the ISM manufacturing data that came out today and the ADP employment report that came out today that shows slower job creation compared to estimates, well, investors are concerned about the first quarter GDP. Is it going to be negative? So the fact that we have those concerns, the fact that the ISM data that came out in the US today was negative, are all conditions, or I would say arguments, why we have markets that are going down today. However, we're in a situation where even to open bearish ETF, we don't think it's appropriate, because as long as those markets, those indices do not break their former, I would say bottom, because it's short-term bottom of March 12, March 25th. You see it's the same situation in the NASDAQ as well. As long as you do not break that support there, we think it's definitely not appropriate to open a bearish ETF. Intraday-wise, we need all indices in the US to make a new low. And so far, that's not what they're doing. If they do so, for instance, let's take a look here at the situation on the NASDAQ. If we do have a break of that support of 4,845, well, then the next target now becomes until 4,794. So this is definitely something that you could trade with some bearish ETF. But if you don't have that confirmation of a new low intraday, then it's not appropriate to trade those bearish ETF. So you should definitely take that into account. Which sectors are going up while the other sectors are going down? Well, if we take a look at this, it's mostly the resources sectors again. And this is why the TSX is doing way better compared to the American indices. We have a strength in the gold sector. If we take a look at the sector here on MarketGurus.tv, we publish a list of some stocks in the gold sector that were active for day trading and could turn out to be great opportunities for swing trading as well. We have gold that's retesting right now its resistance, and all this is due to the following arguments I've mentioned earlier, when there's some concerns about the GDP, about the earnings, gold is going to have a wave of buyers. It's becoming a safe haven asset. And this is why on the short term we have passed the gold sector into a bullish cycle. It's really a short-term bullish cycle in the gold sector. I personally think it's better worth to day trade this sector. There have been some breakouts. Kirkland Lake Gold, for instance, is an exception. I think if you're getting in Kirkland Lake Gold, your exit point should be at 535 on the reversal of this upward trend on Kirkland Lake Gold. However, it's already surging by 8.27% and reaching a top. We cannot consider this as a resistance because it has only been tested once. Premier Gold Mines could turn out to be a breakout. Barrick Gold is a nice breakout for a target of 1634. Exit point $14 for Barrick. Detour Gold, not yet a breakout, just a rebound, testing its downward trend. Agnico Eagle, same thing as well. So those stocks might turn out to be great opportunities for swing trading. For instance, if we could have the reversal of this downward trend on Detour Gold, but it's not the case for the moment. And what stocks could be watched for an eventual breakout? Centerra Gold, higher than 654, could definitely be interesting. So this is actually what we have in the gold sector. We have also several stocks in the energy sector where they are in a tight neutral range and they could break out. As I said on MarketGurus.tv every day, we publish a list of the stocks that could break out or could break down. And among that list, most stocks are in the energy sector, and most of them could start a bullish cycle. I'm going to show you that list in the next segment, but to quickly make some wrap up about the news, in the European side, we had the manufacturing data that came out for all major countries. France, Germany, England, all of them beat estimates. And for the manufacturing data in China and also in Japan, we have been declining slightly, or some of them have been increasing slightly, but we're all above estimates, which is a good thing. It's only in the US where the manufacturing data has returned a reading that's below estimates, and this is why the US markets today are taking a bigger hit compared to the European peers. Now let's take a look at some stocks in the energy sector though that we have. We published here a list. I'm going to show you some stocks. As the full list, we have not published it yet on MarketGurus.tv because we want to see a confirmation of the bullish cycle among the energy sector. We're just retesting the morning stop, right? So we want to see a clear new high on the sector before publishing that list. But there are some stocks that could break out. This is ERIX, which is an ETF to track the bullish cycle of the energy sector if it does start a bullish cycle. There's Exco Resources, but it's mostly an opportunity for day trading. For Exco, it's day trading opportunity until 220. If we take a look at this stock here, made a nice ride here. Since then, it's staying flat. So if it could go above 202, 2-3 uptick on the upside, that would be a go. So avoid getting in when you only see one uptick. So another uptick on the upside will need to be higher than this last one here. And that will confirm the strength of the bullish momentum, and 220 will be the point where you're going to have to close it. Denbury Resources could break out on the reversal of this downward trend, higher than 783. Sandridge Energy higher than 192. Oasis Petroleum higher than $15. WPX Energy higher than 1152. Those stocks could be interesting. So a lot of stocks in the energy sector remain in a situation where they could break out, but so far nothing is confirmed yet. In terms of the news though, we had major news today. We had some news about Sears that will sell their assets to a REIT. We have some news also on PLI. They released their earnings. They revenues increased by 15%, and also they made a gain of 1 cent. Orbit released their earnings as well. They made a loss of 1 cent. And Nova Gold, today they were worse than estimates, but with the rally that we have among gold stocks, investors didn't take that into account, and the stock remains neutral. 408, reversal of this downward trend, break of that resistance. That's the go on Nova Gold. Now let's take a look at some questions. One question here from Jocelyn about DEE. Delphi Energy, please analyze. Delphi Energy, Jocelyn, is a stock that's worth to be watched, right? I think if it can only break 155, that will be more interesting because 155 will confirm the clear break of that important resistance. I think the fact that it has rallied to reach that resistance is great, but with this overbought situation, I think we're going to be due for a stabilization phase for a while. Only higher than 155 that I will consider that stock as a buy. I will not get in right now because with this overbought situation, with weakening volume, I think we're more due for the pursuit of the stabilization phase that we have started for the last few days. So on DEE, 155, 160 is the go. As a exit point, 140 below that support. If it does stay above that support and stabilize, well then 140 should be your exit point on Delphi Energy, because at 140 we will also have the reversal of this short-term upward trend on DEE. Now, Ralph George, I was wondering what are your thoughts on PLI? Well, PLI, it's a great company. I would say the company came to visit us a lot of times. I think for the fourth or fifth time they came to visit us. They have a lot on their plate. What I would suggest you to take a look at is to see what other progress in the US with their PBI 4050. Also see how the patient enrollment for the phase 1B that they were allowed to do by Health Canada. Take a look at how the patients enrollment continue to be. Also take a look at their partnership that they have with Russia, because this will be additional revenues that might be generated. So you have to take a look at those two things. So PLI is definitely has a complex business model, as the CEO, Mr. Pierre Laurent, said. Technically speaking, on PLI, it's a stock that's within a neutral formation. The next buying signal is at 263, right? So far, I think the stock is still neutral. And, well, not 263, sorry, 256 and 257 and higher. And support is clear, it's around 240 on PLI. So PLI, it's a hold, right? And right now, if it stays above 239, it's still good. And for the buying point, higher than 245, 255, 260, 256, 260, that might be a go for PLI. But right now in its earnings, I think you can let it go and wait for confirmation of a breakout before getting into that stock.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try marketgurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
So welcome back, folks. Let's take a look here at some questions. So you bought HOD. Should I close HOD? Bought yesterday at 1283. Oof. 1283, and now we went lower than the former support of March 30th. And even the low of, look, definitely, I think yes. I don't think there's any reason. Well, yeah. Why should you risk losing more? So yes, I think it's a great thing. Close it, right? For HOD, it's unfortunate. You know, you have traded. You thought the bearish cycle of oil could continue, but it didn't. Unfortunately, now you're losing a lot of money. However, USO has not yet reversed its downward trend. There's a lot of breakouts. There's starting to be some breakouts in the energy sector. Of course, the US rally is helping. So if the breakout continues, if the USO bullish momentum continues tomorrow, well, you will definitely regret of not selling your positions on HOD. So far, I cannot only judge the USO by the technical indicators such as the stochastics, because there are more fundamental factors such as when there's some worries or there's some things concerning the negotiations between Iran and the world six major powers. So those are some political and geopolitical factors that are playing in the way that oil is behaving. So for that reasons, I think with the heightened volatility that we have in oil, closing HOD, it's still a good thing. We will eventually on marketgurus.tv publish a list of the movement in the energy sector if ever the sector can make a new high. I've just been confirmed that it has been published, so if you want access to that list, just make the free trial, you'll be able to have access to it. And as I said, right now we're making a new high on the energy sector. So this is the move. I think you should close the positions on HOD. I think that would be the safest thing to do, Z. I know it's frustrating, but that's to avoid losing more. That would be my call. Now, Rich, ZBB. Oh, ZBB, nice. Pretty nice. It's a clear breakout. Really, I have nothing to say on ZBB, right? Yep, definitely ZBB. It's a clear breakout, except for ZBB. There's the resistance that's there at 70 cents. Almost being an overbought situation. I don't know. The fact that we have surged by so much, this is the thing I kind of don't like with ZBB Energy. But, you know, it's a stock in the Amex in terms of the requirements, I would say, for Amex stocks. They're not as rigid as the ones on New York or on NASDAQ. So there's also that factor that makes me be a little bit more nervous with ZBB Energy. I would say if you're trading ZBB, you want to get in on ZBB, you have to be willing, I'm not saying to lose money, but you have to be willing to be able to put what's going to be my loss potential on a stock like that. So am I willing to tolerate a 7% loss potential, 8% loss potential? I don't think you should go with a full position. I think you should go with even half or a quarter of a position, simply because we're in an overbought situation. Volumes have risen so much. We're reaching a resistance. So because of that, I don't think that this breakout is enough of quality to warrant a full position. But going with a half position or a quarter of a position, make sure that you put a tolerance point. So if ever, let's say the stock loses 7% or 8% or more, you close it totally, you go into something else. That would be my advice on a stock like ZBB Energy, because even if technically speaking it's interesting, there's still a lot of risk on that stock, and in order to avoid losing a lot of money, you have to be prepared. Now, as for the best day trade of the day, it's that stock here. It's a stock in the energy sector. That stock, I think it's not a breakout, but it's a stock that will be worth to build up your long position with an exit point at 646, 640, below that support. It's RX and the energy sector. It gave several entry points that were really clear for RX. If we take a look at this with less data, one entry point here, one there, one there. The next entry point now becomes at 723 on RX. So it is definitely the best day trade of the day in the energy sector. So overall, folks, we have gold that's becoming a safe haven asset where a lot of investors are rushing. I think the gold sector is better to trade by day trading, not swing trading. For the energy stocks, this is a sector where we might have the best opportunities for swing trading, because compared to the gold sector, the energy sector has already made its neutral cycle and could start a bullish cycle. We have published a list of the best breakouts to start to be watched for swing trading on the energy sector on marketgurus.tv. If you want to have access to that full list, I advise you to just make the free trial of marketgurus.tv. It's free for 10 days, so you'll be able to have access to that list. So that's it, folks. See you tomorrow at 12:30 on the Swing Trading Show on decisionplus.com.